nationalsozialistische Bewegung einschüchtern zu können. Wenn Sie heute glauben, unsere Notverordnungen umgehen zu dürfen, Sie sollen sich hüten. Einmal wird unsere Geduld zu Ende sein und dann wird den Juden das freche Lügenmaul gestopft werden.
Next stop, Tottenham.
On February 11th, 2018, our journey began. The aim of the seminar was to prepare us for the Auschwitz trip and what to expect on this trip.
We spent much of the seminar looking at pre-war Jewish life and also heard the account of Rudi Oppenheimer and his family. He was born in Germany in the 1930s, and as an innocent young child he didn't really understand what was going on in the world around him. Especially as at the time, as he said, everyone got their information from their parents and their parents wouldn't tell you the bad information. His family, excluding his dad, decided to move to England with his uncle, where he lived a fairly happy life as a normal English child.
Rudi's dad was forced to move out of Germany by the Nazis to start with, so therefore he moved to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. His family decided that they wanted to move along with him to the Netherlands. The Nazis soon invaded the Netherlands like they did to many other places in turn. They enforced their socially conservative and right-wing views led by the Adolf Hitler onto the Netherlands. Therefore, Rudi and their family packed their bags, just like the Frank family, and moved to the ghettos of Amsterdam.
Whilst Rudi was living in Amsterdam, the movement of Jews to the concentration camps in Eastern Europe began. Rudi survived for a while without his family being sent away, but then the time came and he was moved to a transit camp.
Thanks to my dad's job, who worked for the Jewish Council and East British nationality, I was allowed to stay in Amsterdam for 14 long months. But now it was my turn to go. On a Sunday morning, the 20th of June 1943, when I woke up, I heard loudspeaker vans going through the road, telling people, today's a Sunday, nobody has to work, nothing is open, please stay in your building and we will tell you when you come out again. At the same time, German soldiers and German policemen knocked on doors to find out whether Jews were living there.
As he said, his transit camp was 500 metres by 500 metres, and this was small. He actually said the time there wasn't that bad, as he was just a young child and he was still able to play and everyone was very friendly and it was almost like a community in itself. Unfortunately for Rudi, his time then came to move again.
He ended up at Bergen-Belsen, one of the most horrific camps that there was in Nazi Germany. Although there were no extermination facilities, famine and disease were rife. As previously mentioned, Rudi had an easier time. His sister Eve was of British nationality, therefore they were considered exchange Jews. These Jews were deemed to be more valuable to the Nazi mechanism. Therefore he was offered better jobs inside the camp, and that's what Rudi says kept him alive. He used to work in the canteens at Bergen-Belsen, and he used to eat the food for himself instead of serving it up for the others.
Rudi told us this was not something he was proud of, but he says without that, him nor his brother would have survived. Unfortunately for Rudi, neither of his parents did survive, both of them falling one at a time to the disease which was running wild throughout the camps. Rudi was living in Bergen-Belsen when it was liberated by the British. However, he was sent on a wild train journey across Germany as the Nazis managed to evacuate some Jews from the camp before it was fully liberated. Rudi now travels the world giving speeches about his experience of the Holocaust, which he says is due to the fact his brother Paul did that, and he always followed his brother Paul.
We'd like to thank Rudi for this amazing talk. His story uncovered another level of truth to the Holocaust, another level of reality to the Holocaust.
We aim to keep these stories alive, as nasty as they are, in order to prevent this from ever happening again.
So now let's talk about the trip that's upcoming. It's on Thursday, the 22nd of February, and we will be going to Auschwitz-Birkenau in Poland.
We have no doubt in understanding that the day will be challenging in two ways, both emotionally and physically. Not only will it be a long day, an early start and a late finish, but we will also be witnessing the horrors which occurred during the Second World War.
You can't exactly predict how you're going to react to such a sort of horrific place like that, but that's all I can say. I think one moment I'm really kind of fearing but also relishing is going into the gas chamber itself. We've heard a lot of stories about what it's like to be in that gas chamber and the feelings that run through people's heads. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like cry or if I'm gonna just be silent. I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
I'm personally expecting the sheer size to just shock me no matter what. No matter how I react to everything else, the thing I don't understand currently, having not experienced it, is the size of these camps. When we spoke to Rudy and he talked about his transit camp and said it was a small camp, 500 meters by 500 meters, that really made me think about the size that Auschwitz is going to be. Because 500 meters by 500 meters means walking half of the perimeter would be the same as my walk to school.
Indeed, and I also think the sheer quantity of people that were in Auschwitz at that time, that's crazy. And the amount of people that were killed in Auschwitz, in six, seven figures that were killed in Auschwitz, that I'm really struggling to kind of comprehend. I don't think there's anywhere else on planet Earth that's kind of had that kind of presence of death in it ever.
And also the sense of dehumanization which you can witness through the many museum pieces that there are within the Auschwitz area. So to look at the shoes and the human hair is just going to be something which is incomparable to any other experience I think we will ever have in our lifetime.
Thank you very much for watching, and there'll be more videos on this series coming very soon.